Captain America Steve Rogers came into the game at Gamescom with his best friend Bucky Barnes, aka the Winter Soldier, and of course Cap is a Vanguard, one of the few we have. And how does he play out? What are his abilities? What are his strengths and weaknesses? Let's break them down now. So Cap's abilities consist of basically management of the shield. First we start with your Sentinel Strike. You then have his Q, which is Freedom Charge, which is basically him cutting through and just making this continuous path where you have infinite health and infinite movement boost. I mean, it's helpful, but it's really underwhelming overall as an actual ult. Then you have Leading Dash, which is basically just him running. And then you can also leap into the air for what's called a Fearless Leap, which then can lead to a smashing, a diving strike. A Vibranium Energy Assault, you hurl the shield. Easy peasy, it bounces around, comes back to Cap. Liberty Rush is just stars and stripes from every other game where you smash into someone using Cap shield. Super Soldier Slam, which is basically when you're in the air, it's just slam down with the shield. Living Legend is when you raise the shield as a defensive shield, and it makes him a really solid tank for that reason. What he lacks in DPS ability, he makes up with actual straight up tanking. And then finally, his C ability when he's with Storm or with Thor is basically his shield and his punches get charged with electric energy and increases the damage. It gets a little more AoE like, and it makes him be able to do great control.
Never forget who you're fighting.
So your first thing you're going to start with is just your Fearless Leap. This is running. You can jump, you can slam, and then crunch. Easy peasy. And then, of course, your left click is just using your shield to punch and shield toss. Say you see Luna over here, and you start to run to her, and you're like, you know what? I'm not going to get there. You can hit E, throw your shield.
I'm a soldier. This is war.
You can also use your charging abilities, which isn't called Star and Stripe, but it's how I'm going to refer to it forever. So it is what it is. And then if you're having people shoot at you, you just straight up tank. And this is probably his strongest ability to go along with his run. And then if you want to see his ult, you'll see the path that he's cutting. You see it like literally on the floor. There's like stars and stripes in America path. And as long as you're in that, you get like the bonus. But that's Cap in a nutshell. Like, he's an interesting tank in a way, but he is like the straight up tank of the team. As I said in the abilities page, when you're with Storm or with Thor, you can activate that C ability, which gives you the electricity. So it charges up a little bit of electricity on your shield, on your fist, gives a little bit of AoE, gives you a little extended reach. Now for me, Cap arguably with Groot is the best straight up tank. Like, for just straight tanking, he is absolutely fantastic. He can get out of positions. His shield gives him a lot of ability to deflect damage as you're backing up to your strategist or to a health pack. Like, and then if you see a health pack, you can literally sprint to it, and if you have your ultimate, you can just basically give yourself infinite health and movement. Like, he's a great tank. Now the funny thing is, every video that you see on this entire series that I did ended with me having an MVP. I could just never get one in any game I did with Cap. I just always end up tied in the leaderboard, and they gave it to someone else, whether they had one less death, they had one more kill, whatever it might be. I never could get one, and the reason is his damage is woeful. Like, his damage is underwhelming. You're not gonna hit them hard like you would with other tanks like Magneto or Thor or other tanks in general. Like, even Groot is probably hitting harder than Captain America. He just feels like he tickles your opponent, but he also can hold a point stronger than anyone other than Groot. These two side by side are by far the best Vanguards. They are the best straight up tank Vanguards. They don't have anything hybrid about them. They're not designed to go get those KOs. They're designed to hold a point and then pick people off that are low because they can out withstand them. Like, Cap's message of "I can go all day," like, that is exactly who this character is, which was frustrating for me as I was trying to complete that goal. But he, for me, it's a very fun tank to play, to just tank. But if you're looking to be top of the leaderboard, he's going to be, unless you're a much better player than me, he's going to be a tough ride for you. But if you're looking to be a best team player and just hold points and be able to defend your team with the shield, he's absolutely top tier in that fact. Now, he is a 3-star difficulty. I think that's kind of fitting because he does have a lot in his kit, and it is take a lot of games to get used to it. But when it comes down to it, he just doesn't hit hard enough. So you got to think more defensively. If you try to peel off and flank and pick off other duelists or pick off or off-tank vanguards, it might not work. You might end up dead because they're just going to out DPS what you can do. But if you're using a strategy that is smart, like staying close to a strategist or another duelist, and then basically tanking for them and then going for the kill when the person gets low because you're going to outlast them, that is the play with Captain America. That is how you're going to thrive as a Captain America player. Now, for me, he would be one of the best if you're looking for a straight tank. A more DPS driven Vanguard, he is not your guy. He is the straight up one tank. Now, in a 6v6, he might be the only Vanguard, and if he is, he'll do that job very well. He can solo Vanguard as well as Groot or Magneto can. But in a 2 Vanguard system, he will hold down the anchor and allow his flank duelist Vanguard hybrid to peel off very well. So if you want to be that alpha tank player, Captain America might be the Vanguard for you. Let me know, are you playing Cap? Are you enjoying Cap? Is Steve Rogers your guy, or do you just absolutely hate playing him completely and you find his kit to be boring? I can see both sides of this depending on how you like to play Marvel Rivals, but Rivals is live now. You go out and play Captain America, and you let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching, and later, mates.